Hello everybody, my name is Colin, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can scale your CPA campaigns with Facebook ads. So in my Facebook group I've had this question numerous times: how do we scale Facebook ads? So I've shown you how to set it up, but obviously as soon as you find a winner, it's important that you know how to scale things. So that's what we will address in this video. On the screen right now, you see the ads manager, and you see that I've set up a demo campaign just to show you everything you need to know on how you could possibly scale. So let's assume that we have one ad set and we ran an ad set and it's United States female 30 plus. This for a Facebook campaign is what I usually start with just to test. One of the most important things obviously is the more money you have to spend, the more things you can test. So what I recommend first is that you run relatively the amount of ad sets to your total budget. So let's say you have $50 to spend per day. You could do 10 ad sets of $5, 5 ad sets of $10. But what I recommend to do is 3 times payout, let it run for 3 days. After 3 days, analyze the data. And if an ad set didn't make 9 conversions or more, pause it and scale up the winners. The scaling up the winners is what we're going to look at today. So basically we can do 3 things. We can scale vertically, meaning just increasing the budget. We can scale horizontally, and we can use automated rules. So those are the things we're going to look at. I recommend you to not do it automatically. With rules, first of all, just try to do it manually first. So what happens is as soon as your pixel has gathered enough data, it will say here initial learning phase completed, something like that. This means as soon as you change the budget, so let's say we want to scale this to 10 euros or $10 or 10 whatever your currency is, it will say budget adjustment as soon as you publish and campaign re-optimization. Meaning it's going to start a new learning phase, meaning Facebook is going to re-optimize your campaign. This will obviously shake up your campaign, so the results might vary after that. So that's basically something we want to avoid. Unless you have like a crazy solid ROI, maybe like 500%, you can just go from $5 to maybe $50 or $100, but know for sure that the 500% ROI might the next day be 50% ROI. Obviously, because algorithm, all that stuff. So first of all, the thing you could do is just go here and change it to 50 if you wanted to, and then publish. But that's not what we're going to do. What I like to do is, so let's say I tested this and this is a good ad set. We only have this right now, so females and 30 plus. So what I like to do is put everything in different ad sets. So I will keep this running because it's a winning ad set. This one is only newsfeed, but I'm going to create 10 more ad sets and I will show you why. No, I did it wrong. I should have done 5. Let's just delete this real quick. I actually did it wrong. All right, so just remove, or I can just remove 5 of them. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Delete those. Because first we're going to divide these up. So the only reason I'm keeping this one is because it's profitable already. So I don't want to touch it, it's just extra profit. But this I'm going to divide up in age ranges. So you press edit, you press view and edit here. And then what we do is I have to look out because the microphone is right above my keyboard. So I have to move some stuff here. Coffee cup. All right, so this would be 18 to 24. And then let's just remove all this stuff. 18, 24, and then you get 25, 34. You know the drill. 35, 44. Then you get 45, 54, and 55 plus. You could also do 55, 64 and 65 plus, but from experience I can tell you it doesn't make much difference usually. Usually the oldest ad sets are either really profitable or not profitable at all. So as you can see, this overlaps with these 3 ad sets, even 4, but it doesn't matter because this one is profitable, so we just want to keep running it. Just to give you an example, an idea of what we did, basically this is 74 million people because we are not running an interest, and obviously this is way too big, but it's just for the example. And if you look at this, potential reach is still 74 million. Oh, obviously because I only did only changed the name. So we go back to this one because I only did half the work. We still have to adjust this. So this goes to 55. Yeah, this is cool. As you can see in this window, you can do everything very quickly. That's why I recommend you can just edit multiple ad sets here. Such a time saver. Way back, I used to go just ad set by ad set. So such a waste of time, especially if you're launching like 20 campaigns a day. Let's see, 44 and 45, 54. 54. There we go. Save to draft. And what you do is obviously smart. That's why we shouldn't do 10. We should just do 5. So what I want to show you before, if you click the ad sets right now, obviously the 74 million of before is reduced by a lot because you're like chopping up the age ranges. So now we're just going to create the F into an M because we're also going to test male. So as you can see, you went from $5 a day to like $50 by just cutting it up. And what you will see is that once you do the age ranges, is that some age ranges are very profitable. So let's say this campaign, this one did like 100% ROI. You will see that this maybe does 140, 160, 40, minus 50, minus 130. Like those things, you can really optimize that way. So I made one more. So okay, let's say this is what you have, yeah? So these 10 you added. So now you're running at 55 a day. But they're all super profitable. So you have more money. Next step in the scaling process, what I like to do is this is optimized for landing page views. That's what I usually do because in the tier 1 countries, that is usually what works best. But I've noticed some patterns lately with link clicks that it could also be very profitable if the landing page views campaign is already profitable. It's not as profitable, but it could still work. So what we do is we duplicate these 10. So basically you're doubling the entire budget. And that's why you need like more money if you really want to scale things big. And then what we do is we change this to LC, which is obviously link clicks. Just like that. And that way we already doubled the budget. And obviously like every time you do this, so you do the landing page views, you do the link click campaigns, the 3-day learning period starts again. So you still have to wait 3 days, kill the losing ad sets, optimize the winning ad sets. But don't forget to go all the way down, change this to link clicks. All right, so then this is good. Right now, we're already at $105 a day. So let's assume everything is profitable. At this point, I don't really want to change anything else. Like you might want to run some extra interests if you have. That might be interesting. So then you would add one interest, you basically add another 20 ad sets. But if you would select this and you would do a straight scale, meaning just adjust the budget, if you would adjust the budget to like 20 per ad set, it's only $15, but $15 each, like 20 would already be running at like 420 a day. That's a lot of revenue if you're doing like 300% ROI, like $1,200. But this is basically the way we scale campaigns. Obviously not all these ad sets are going to be winners. There will be tons of losers and you might have 1 or 2 left in the end, or you might have like 18. It just differs per campaign, but it is like a really good solution to scale fast because the setup takes like 5 minutes, right? And it's really interesting. So what you could do in the end, so let's say you have this profitable, you don't want to touch it, then what you do is you just duplicate the entire campaign. So you get basically a copy. Yes, you will be competing with your own ad sets, but it's not going to make like a huge difference. It's not going to make any difference really in a geo like the United States. So for any beginner out there, I just took the United States for an example. Please don't run campaigns in the United States because they probably will not be profitable for you because it's obviously really competitive. So one thing I also like to do, but you need a different campaign setting. So the campaign setting here is traffic. And if you do the conversion element, so optimize for conversions, you can do complete registrations. Meaning, if you select the event on the button on your bridge page, so basically the end of your quiz, and you select that as the event, then what you can do is you can do complete registration, optimize for people going through the lander and seeing the offer. It's usually a little bit more expensive, so you need at least like 10 to maybe 50, 100,000 clicks on your pixel for that offer. But if you have a winning offer, those amount of clicks in a tier 1 country should be able to get easily. So we did the horizontal, the vertical scale. Basically you can, as I said, different interest, all that stuff. So the budget goes up quite fast. Then you get the straight increase. And now I'm going to show you the rules. So you see here rules, you press this and create a new rule. And with the rule, you basically tell Facebook, if this happens, then do this. If this happens, then do this. So this is the small form. Automatically update campaigns, ad sets or ads in bulk by creating automated rules. Apply rule to all the ad sets. Your rule will be applied to all ad sets active at the time the rule runs. Action. We want the action to be adjust the budget, increase daily budget by, that's what we're going to do, 10%. Not more than 20%. Only ad sets with daily budgets can be managed by this rule. Yeah, that's fine. Maximum daily cap, that doesn't matter. Account frequency once a day, should be once daily. All of the following match, cost per result is greater than, is greater than 0, I would say. So it will do every single ad set. Oh, and it will only show on impressions. No, I don't want that. So it will do. Oh yeah, so after the data is stabilized. So this is actually good that they're telling you that. Oh, well, I guess they removed it. But yeah, just follow the rules as they say it. Lifetime, that's all good. Default, daily at your time zone. You can do it on a different time if you want. And they're going to send you an email once they have successfully adjusted the rule. So adjusted the budget. If you don't do this and something goes wrong, you'll never know. So what is interesting, it will increase 10% every day. Obviously in the beginning it goes slow. It will go 5.50, 6.10, 6.70, just like that. But once you get to the $20, like 20, 22, 24.20, and it goes faster and faster and faster. So it might take 1 to 3 weeks maybe to reach your destination budget. However, it is very stable. So what happens is if you use automated rules, like I have in the past, what I noticed, it doesn't disturb the learning phase. The data remains stable, which is basically what we're looking for. Like lately, Facebook is going up and down. Like my ROI, one day, like yesterday actually, like day before yesterday, my ROI was 40%. Yesterday, it was 240%. And I'm running like big budgets, right? So I think I did like $2,500 in profit yesterday. But like on other days, it's really low again. And I'm getting really annoyed by Facebook fluctuating so much. So what I try to do is I try to stabilize the data as much as I can on my side. So then the algorithm on Facebook does its own thing. Obviously with larger budgets, there's more fluctuation. But I use the automated rules just to ensure that the data doesn't get messed up. So basically that was the entire video. You got 3 ways to optimize your budget: vertical scaling, horizontal scaling, rules, based on rules. So what I recommend you to do in the beginning is just duplicate ad sets. Oh, that's also something you could do. You could duplicate winning ad sets. Like, you don't have to cut up the winners in age ranges or interests or letting optimization based. You can also just duplicate it. I usually duplicate it when the budget is maybe like $50. So I've already scaled it either vertically or rule based, and then I just duplicate it maybe up to 10 times, sometimes even 10 times. Like, what happens is, what you will see is, let's say the cost per click on average is 12, but most ad sets will be 10, and then you have one of 18. Yeah, it's really weird. It's just how the algorithm works. But duplicating normal ad sets has already always worked very well for me. So it's also an option you can do. As you can see, there's like tons of options. There's no right way. There's no golden rule to get the best results. However, these are just options, and you would have to try for yourself what you're comfortable with. Like, do you like fluctuations? Do you not like fluctuations? Do you like to read the data properly? Do you like to let Facebook do what it does? All those things have to be taken into consideration. There's no golden rule, but you can make it comfortable for yourself, that you get the most out of the platform using these methods. And I'm sure there are other methods as well. Investigate those and do what you think is best. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.